Hey guys, this is Daniel from Daddy Daughter Gamer. I'm going to take you through a quick tutorial about using Autodesk Fusion. So I was contacted by a guy who wants to make the belt and the belt buckle from the new Netflix Daredevil series, and it actually looks like a pretty straightforward build. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through how I'm going to do this, pretty quick and dirty. All right, so this isn't going to be a very in-depth tutorial. I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through my process about how I do this sort of thing. So here's your view plane down here, this big gray area. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to change my view to front facing. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I need to get an idea of what exactly it is I'm sketching. So I'm going to insert a canvas. Okay, and I've already found an image on Google that I think will do the trick for me. So I got it in here. There it is. This is one I downloaded on my phone and sent to somebody the other night. So I've selected the image already. And I'm going to select this front view, this front plane, and that's fine where it's at. Now you can see I'm zoomed out, but it's kind of small. So here we go. There's a whole lot of things we could do to figure out just how thick this belt is, and I'll probably go out doing that later on, but right now I'm just going to do it sort of a quick and dirty. And I'm going to assume that this belt, and this looks a lot thicker than a normal average belt, I'm going to assume that it's about 60 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is go over to here and find my image. I'm going to right click. This is the canvas that we set up. I'm going to right click on it here and go to calibrate. Okay. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to click on the top part of the belt. And I'm going to click on where the bottom part of the belt is. Now, based on this image that I inserted, that's 1.8 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to calibrate this, and I'm going to assume that that belt is 60 millimeters. Now, keep in mind this is a really low-res image, but that doesn't really matter. Now, you can see it's blown this image up a lot bigger than it was before. So we can inspect it, and we can't because that's not an actual. Never mind. Forget what I was saying. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in here. Here's the thing we want to make, right? So what you're going to do is go up here to Sketch. Select a line. Okay. Just click on anywhere. Okay. All right. So we're just going to do a rough sketch of this whole thing here. Yes, I know I can see that there's a slight curve. That doesn't necessarily matter. See, what I did was I went up there and I can make sure that I'm level. See what I did? There we go. Okay. Now you see I just did a rough outline. You can see I kind of messed up right here. This portion is, I think, shorter than this, which is not good. So, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to fix that. We're going to measure this, okay, from the top down here to the bottom, and it is 60 millimeters. So obviously this buckle is just a little bit bigger than the belt itself. But you know what? Like I said, that doesn't matter. The great thing about 3D drawings is you can scale them later. So if I found out that this was actually 80 millimeters or something ridiculous like that, I could just go in and scale up the 3D design later on. It's not a problem. It's real easy to do. So yeah, I'm not real happy with the way this looks. I'm going to start over again. Okay. I'm going to delete this one here. Okay. So I'm going to bring up a new line here. Okay. This time I'm going to go back down here. See? I'm going down to the edge. I want that edge to stay, so that doesn't really make any sense. See how this works here? Okay, so basically what that tells me is I have a straight line from here to there. That's what I wanted to know. So that's good. Okay. I'm gonna make another line here. I want it to be straight along here. See? I really wish I was better at explaining things. Okay, look. You can select a certain point, like right here, for example. So I want these 2 points to be equal. You know. Okay, see that green? Man, I wish I could use my finger on this thing. You see the green line? That just means it's just straight line. That's what we want. Okay, and we're gonna bring it down to 40.3 degrees. That's good enough. And we can just continue with this line. Okay, see? Nice, fancy, real easy to do. Now, you see that this belt actually goes along a little further, and to me it looks curved. In fact, it looks like it's not even level. So that could just be some sort of artifact from the camera, or it could be that, you know, when they were doing this in the prop shop that they were in a hurry, which is probably very likely, and didn't have time to make it straight. But since this is just going to be a replica, and we're just kind of messing around, we can take the extra time and make it straight, do it right. So we've got this basic outline, and obviously there's a void here in the middle, so let's go ahead and let's do that too. See, the cool thing about this program is it will make sure your lines are straight if you let it. It's almost like a snap to grid kind of thing. So as I'm bringing the line up vertically, you see this little white line to the left of the little targeting reticle. See how it's going up, 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 up. We can keep bringing that up until it changes. Now you see that that little line, the little white line, is turned kind of gray, and there are little green dashes in it. That means it's level with the line over here on the left side. That's what we want. We don't want some kind of oblong end where it starts up here and then goes down here. That's not going to look right. So there you go. Went ahead and got rid of that other line. So yeah, you know what this reminds me of is a belt buckle from a car, kind of. See, click it or ticket. All right, so there you go. There's your basic drawing. That didn't take very long. It took a few minutes. It took me longer just because I'm trying to explain how I'm doing this. Doesn't have to take that long. Now look, you'll notice one thing here. There is, all right, 7.091, so 7 millimeters difference, distance from this point 1 to 2, all right. But if you look at this point down here, there's only 5 millimeters difference. That's not good. I don't like that at all. Okay, that's okay. See what I just did there? You can drag this up and down. I'm going to drag it about there-ish. Let's see how much space that takes up now. Excuse me. 6.2 millimeters. Okay. That's probably not anything anybody's going to be able to tell with their eye looking at it, but just because. Let's just see if we can get it a little bit closer to 7. I just went back down to where I started. That's not good. Okay. Okay, let's try that. 6.921. I think that's good enough. Nobody's going to notice that little 0.1 millimeter. So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, so now we've got this nice little box here. This is just a two-dimensional drawing, and we're in a 3D program. So what we're going to do now is we're going to extrude this. We're going to turn this 2D drawing into something three-dimensional. So let's see here. We can change our view over to the right hand side, and we can either type numbers in manually like so, or you can do it like that. You can drag it up, back down. Now, just for perception's sake, 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. That is about the size of a sugar cube. A sugar cube generally is a cube size of 10 millimeters, so 10 by 10 by 10. So if you've ever picked up a sugar cube, that's 10 millimeters. I think that's too big for this belt. I'm thinking more like 5, maybe 6 would probably be better. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, when you use your keyboard, you can manipulate this thing in different ways. If you hold the shift key, whoa, I went a little crazy. You can do like this and move stuff around, and that's kind of fun, right? So there we go. All right, let's do some fun stuff to this. Okay, I'm gonna add a little chamfer. Probably not pronouncing that right, but whatever. All right, 3 millimeters. Now this is where changing your view is handy. You can do things like that, and see, it basically creates a nice straight edge. I'm not so sure that's what we want. It might be at the end of the day that we want to do that. But let's just do a fillet instead. Let's just see what that would look like, shall we? Just to be a little bit different. This is going to give it a rounded edge, you see. See? Instead of a straight edge, it's a rounded edge. I don't know which is better. There's not enough good reference shots of this, but based on these little buckles, which is pretty much very similar to the main belt buckle, I am thinking that it really should be kind of a filleted edge instead. But, you know, it's not a big deal. We can always go in and change that later. We say, you know, I don't like the way that looks. It's not a problem. It's 3D, it's software. You can go in, you can change anything you want later. That's what's great about it. Alright, let's see. Maybe like, I think I did the other one at 5. Let's see what that looks like. No. That's better. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Let's do the interior edges. Let's see what that would look like, shall we? I'm just going to go kind of weak on these interior ones. There's that 1 millimeter. Let's see what it looks like at 2. Whoa, not 200. That would be crazy. Alright, no. I don't really like that. I don't like 2. I think 1 looks better. Yeah. Alright. And like I said, I mean, this is really quick and dirty what we're doing here. Another thing you can do with this is appearances. They give you so many different types of materials that you can use. I can make this, make it glass. You can make it see-through like that. There's different types of metal that you can have. I'm thinking aluminum, and you know what? Let's see. Let's try a satin aluminum. Now, there's what it looks like in this modeling view, but what you can do if you really want to make it look cool, just come over to here and click render. Okay, this brings you to a completely separate viewing point. So I'm going to get rid of my sketches and my canvas. All right, and there's our 3D model there just by itself. Okay, I'm going to bring it around here. See that nice shadow? You can change the luminosity in here, the exposure levels, the position of the light and everything, but you can see it's kind of got a shadow. Oh, you know what I just noticed? The Daredevil D. Get it? That's what that is. Man, I'm an idiot. It took me long enough to figure that out. Okay. So I'm going to do here is I'm going to enable ray tracing. You got several different ways to render stuff inside Fusion. This is letting your computer do it for you, basically. The other is cloud rendering. Cloud rendering is a little bit faster if you are in a hurry, but you only get so many cloud rendering credits to use in a year's time. And since I pay hundreds of dollars a year for this software, I don't typically use the cloud rendering unless I really need to get something done that's business related, or that I'm actually going to be making money on, or significant amount of money on. So typically I will not use it for these like prop things, because I just I'm not making enough money on it to warrant that. So you can see it's kind of grainy right now, but with every iteration it gets a little bit clearer. Right now it's on 22 iterations and 23, and it's going to cycle up. Now I can change the view and get it closer, and basically it has to restart, but that's okay. This is the slow part. Go up, order a pizza, come back later, see what it's done. Eventually it'll finish. But see, I used a satin type matte aluminum finish, because I just thought that would look closer to what it did on that screenshot. And because if I was going to do this, I would probably make it out of cold cast aluminum by default, because, well, I mean, aluminum's fairly inexpensive, and I can get it for about $10 a pound in powder form, versus something like nickel, where I would be spending upwards of $80 per pound, and it's a lot heavier material. So a pound of nickel goes a lot less farther than a pound of aluminum does. So yeah, that would it would be cost prohibitive to use metals like that. So here we are after the 55th iteration. It's looking a little bit better. I mean, I could stay here all day and just let it get finer and finer as we go along, but you get the idea. This is what it works. This is what it looks like. Close that and see. Go ahead and turn off rendering. That's what it looked like before, with just regular quick rendering. You could use different types of materials. Anodized aluminum. Red might look cool because he's Daredevil. Red. I don't know. Man, there's just so many different types. There's emissive type, so basically that makes it glow. I mean, you choose foam, gemstones, crystals, rubies, sapphires, paper, rubber, water, different types of wax. There's so many different types of materials that they give you in this software. It's really neat, fun to go in and play with. Metallic paints. It's paint surface with sort of metallic speckles in it. So yeah, it's really cool software. Now the interesting thing is, if you are a student, I believe you can get the software for free if you have an edu domain. So if you're a college student, you can pick up the software for free. I'm thinking that Autodesk, a few months ago they announced that for startups, so basically companies that make less than I think it's $250,000 a year, that you can actually apply to get a free license. My company makes far less than $250,000 a year, but they weren't doing that when I signed up for this, so I had to pay the $300 some odd a year anyway just to get it. But you know, my loss is your gain. So if you do have a company and you do pull in less than 250 grand a year, then yeah, you can. If the promotion's still going, you can get it for free. If you're pulling in more than 250,000, then you know, $300 for software for a year is probably not your biggest problem. So yeah, just FYI, it takes a little getting used to this software, but once you get the hang of it, it's really cool. So yeah, that's quick and dirty. I wouldn't even call this a tutorial. Just a quick show off of how you can go in Autodesk and recreate something from a screenshot. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you're interested, maybe I'll make some more of these videos. So like, comment, let me know if you'd like some more of these type of videos. All right, bye.